Exciting new projects and possibilities with the M1 Ultra, an all-in-one crafting machine, laser, all kinds of possibilities. Two new accessories. We got the hot foil pen and the electrostatic mat. These open up a lot more possibilities. There was the foiling pen before, but the hot foil pen opens up a lot more materials. As a woodworker, super excited about the wood. This is a crafting machine. You can run it in your home. If you're new to the M1 Ultra, don't worry, we'll talk about that. Use the timestamps if you just want to skip around to the specific elements. We're going to give you lots of ideas for applications and some tips and tricks. Here we go, hot foil pen, electrostatic mat. But first, just 30 seconds, want to quickly go over this machine. If you are new, it is awesome, right? So you can swap out all these different modules in no time, laser engraving, you can do ink printing, you can cut fine tip, you can do rotary cut, all the possibilities. So this really is an awesome machine. Again, I'll mention this a couple times. I've got a couple other videos on this, but this is the machine I'm going to be using. It's pretty awesome. It's actually really affordable for what it is. Here are some of the things that I've done using the M1 Ultra. Everything you see here was done using the M1 Ultra. So awesome possibilities. This video, we're going to show some of this kind of stuff with these new accessories, but also some other ideas and so some different tips and tricks. But M1 Ultra, but on for the accessories. So that's just a brief overview of what the M1 Ultra can do. It really is nice. In the crafting world, the hobbyist world, you can just put all the machines together in one. Now my channel, it started as woodwork, it's still woodwork. However, lots of great tools for making stuff. All kinds of crafting applications. If you're doing small business stuff, this is a great tool. Maybe you've wanted that laser, lots of laser content on this channel, and it can do a lot. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. You can also check my channel for more videos and all the possibilities with lasers and, of course, my M1 Ultra videos. So, to these tools. All right, to start off, let's talk about the electrostatic mat. So I am new to the Cricut silhouette world. I've been working on it the last 6 months. Lots of fun. But these sticky mats is what you rock. And right, the M1 Ultra, we have sticky mats. This is for light stuff like paper, some HTV, that kind of stuff. This is the heavier one. I've done leather, all kinds of things. This is great. However, they lose their stickiness after a while if you get some foil on it, right? And so you have to replace these. So that gets a little more, costly to replace these. Also, the thing with them is a clean, right? It's the cleanup. So if I'm doing really intricate paper cut and doing multi-layers for like a shadow box effect or any kind of thing, it's a sticky mat, so I have to pick off every single thing. Or with HTV, with vinyl, if you're doing vinyl transfers, you got to pick off all the stuff. So if I'm using the electrostatic mat, you still have like a little cover, but this is not sticky at all. And this thing, it's electrostatic. And really, you just rock this on, you plug it into your system, you just swap it out, you push the button, a charge goes, and it's not a vacuum, it's just the static just brings it down. And so this works amazing on paper. Did a lot of these shadow boxes all with this mat. It works great, for foiling. It works great for cardstock. The heavy items, right, fabric or leathers, you're still gonna need the mat, right? So this is not a solution to get rid of the mat altogether. So full disclosure there. However, it is very convenient for quick cleanup. I have all my scraps. I just dump it off, right? So a lot faster. It holds things. I don't have to work about. Anyway, replacements on these, much more affordable than having to replace, these all the time. So we'll dig into this. Let's take a closer look at this thing, at this cool electrostatic mat. So install, super simple. It does come with those covers, but you got the unit and the cord is already built in. Install is super easy. You actually don't even need to take out that black the tray that's already there. It actually sits on top of it. Just plop the screws in. Then you have these protective covers, so you can use the different cutter heads. There are stickers that you could use to hold things down if it's the thicker stuff. Again, the card stock and paper, that's great, but really heavy stuff, not as much. But it sticks. It holds really well. Just push a little button, you're good to go. Couple really simple, intuitive settings in the software. I thought I would start with just some printing, because that's a cool feature of this M1 Ultra is the print head. And I noticed the color coloring wasn't great, so I switched the print head. I had this one sitting for probably like 4 months without printing, and so just needed a new head, much better results. So obviously it depends on the material, but here you can see the mat in action, not moving. Nothing's going anywhere. I did try these bags. Obviously, they're a little thick. The bottom part did stick. Had to use stickers on those just because they were, multi-layer there, much thicker. But a cool application of the Ultra. You can print directly on the bag, or if you wanted to, you could, jump on and print some stickers and then add that on. Here's just some printing on some wood. I'll mention, again, it's a little bit thicker, so that thicker stuff, just wanted to see how it would do. You do need to hold it down a little bit differently. All right, here's where it shines, is the paper cutting. So I did lots of these shadow box multi-layer, projects with lots of paper, and after each cut, I just sweep it off. None of those pieces are stuck. You just kind of sweep it into a box. Just slides off rather easily. Might be some residual static. I thought about maybe making a whole video on these shadow boxes. Really cool. I've done layered laser art with wood and acrylic. These are pretty fun, and so maybe doing something bigger like this with the cool effects, some tips and tricks. I made about a half a dozen of these. I was thinking about making some more. So if you think that is a worthwhile video and you'd want to see it, let me know in the comments, and I'll add that to my queue of fun projects. All right, so here we go. We've pushed the button. It's turned green. The charge is there. And actually, once it goes, it sticks pretty tight. So you just line it up. You still have those guide markers. And then, let's test out the pens. So the pens are cool. I haven't used them as much. But obviously, if you're going to use this machine to, make cards or add other elements, it is really cool to do all the different colors. There is the print head. But adding the personalized pen marks is great. But here you can see it's not moving on that electrostatic mat. Pretty cool. Turned it off. Okay, it'll move. But anyway, pens are cool. Lots of options. It can hold all the different pens. Cool. All right, you get the idea. Back to the mat. So I really wanted to explore all the possibilities. So here we're using the print head, and we got the sticker. One thing you do need to know, after it finishes a job, it automatically turns off. So then the light turns to yellow. You got to make sure, if you're going to do multiple, push it again to make sure it charges. This might be something that xTool changes in the software, a different mode or feature, so stay tuned for that. But just leaving it in place, I switched to the blade and went ahead and cut out, these are like little stickers, so you print it on there, make stickers, and you could add the stickers to the bag. If you want to make some custom stickers, for a gift bag, or, I don't know, all kinds of possibilities, cool things. All right, so the electrostatic mat, awesome, and again, lots of applications for it. So the M1 Ultra, again, it's got a lot of features. We have the laser module, really easy to swap in and out. The printer head module, awesome. Love it so much. I will say with wood, the electrostatic mat isn't going to work. You're still going to need another mat, or you're going to have to tape it down or use weights or something like that. So if you're doing the heavier stuff, the electrostatic mat just won't work for it. That's not what it's intended to do. But also, lots of other attachments, right? We have the blades, we have a rotary cutter, all these possibilities. If you want all the specs on the electrostatic mat, use the link down below, check it out, you can read up on it. But one thing I do want to pay attention to is the foil transfer tip. So there was already a foil transfer tip with the M1 Ultra. This thing is awesome. I was able to do quite a few really cool projects using this. However, this really was limited to paper, cardboard, not all the applications. And so this one, it's the same idea. We have different heads here. So there's a regular point. Again, you can check the specs down below on the exact sizes. But there's a really fine point if you want some intricate details. The regular one for all around. And then there's a bold head if you want to do some really wider or deeper, save you some time. So anyway, this thing just lines up like so. And then you put it in like you would put the other pen, and then you have a connector, and it just connects into the machine. So we'll show you how to connect this and the possibilities here. To start off, you just add this little bracket here on the side, super simple, a couple screws, and then it's just got this long cord where it holds in play. Now, obviously, this machine, it's going to go back and forth on the gantry, so you want to make sure that cords are never going to get tangled. So there's lots of little sticky things. You just plug it in. It's really easy. I've had no issues, and I did dozens of projects without an issue with it running. So the cord just stays where it's supposed to. All right, just trying some cardstock here. Lots of different, colored foils. This is a rose gold one. You can do gold, silver, all kinds of different possibilities. And here you can see, right? So the hot foil, it just had, it adhered a lot better and more materials, but it's really cool. So cardstock, these are the same results that I kind of got with the original pen, with the original foil pen, which is awesome. I mean, how cool is that? The hot foil, just even better results and more materials are now possible. Here on wood. Now this I am crazy excited about. So this is some walnut veneer. I mean, think about all the possibilities. If you've seen my channel and all my different videos, I love to use plywood and different wood. This is going to be really cool. I can't wait to apply this to ornaments. Christmas ornaments are really fun to make, and layered signs. I do a lot of that on my channel, so you'll see that. All right, here's the box. Little jewelry box or keepsake box, but the tape was over. So little tip right here, just got to make sure whatever surface you want to engrave and get the gold, make sure there's no tape on the side. I used just some packing foam here that actually the machines came in. Save that and made a little box there. It can slide in and out, so you can just batch produce. Well, here we go. Without it's so clean, it's so cool. So I mean, this you could do your own jewelry, you could do your own little keepsake boxes for whatnot. For me, I think this is a great application for challenge coins. I've made a bunch of these using a different xTool laser. It's a fiber laser called the F1 Ultra. But I mean, how cool would that be? You make a product, and then you can brand your own thing. You could do whatever the image of what the challenge coin is on top. This is the F1 Ultra. This is awesome. This is just a really fun, it's a toy. But this is like the ultimate branding machine. If you want more powerful possibilities, that can do metal, all kinds of things. So this is just a fun little shout out, little segue. If you want to learn more about this machine, really, really unique. Got a video on it, obviously. Quite a few videos on this one I can check out. All right, back to some other possibilities. Here is another box. Oh, this is a leather box. And so here, possibilities if you wanted to put a medal or a watch or, some kind of jewelry box. Look how clean that turned out. I mean, a little bit of, I can mess around with the settings. I just went with the stock settings of, I think, 120 grams per 120 grams of pressure, and I think 30 was the speed that I did on most of these. I didn't play around with the settings too much. I kind of just stuck with those. So if you ever get these, check out, leave some settings down below, some ideas. I did not work with this velvet box. I thought it would work. I could have tested it out more. I'm sure you can probably get this to work. I just couldn't figure it out. And you know what? I wanted to make more things, so I just moved on. I think you could just cut leather. I've used the M1 rotary cutter to cut real, genuine leather. Do a leather patch on here. Here, that was an M1 Ultra project where you could brand it. So I don't think this box, which is really nice, going to do some signet rings. I don't think this is lost, but I was not able to get the velvet jewelry box to work. So if you, later after the fact are able to, just jump in the comments down below and share some settings and tips. All right, here is a wooden box lid. This is a box for the Settlers of Catan. Awesome game. I made just a couple sets. I made 14 different sets of these this last year just using lasers. And so honestly, the M1 Ultra is a great tool, and you could do probably most of this, most everything you see here you could do on the M1 Ultra. Anyway, this is a really cool video just showing all the possibilities with this maker era of what you could do. Now I'm trying to think how I could add some gold foil. But this video has probably the most tips of any of my videos. Just so many possibilities that would work for this tool and all of the different things. Here I'm trying to frame lots of little thin pieces, taping them down, I did each section, kind of masked off each section and ran one and then moved over, moved over. I think this would work really well for a wider frame. This one was so thin, it really didn't stand out as much. But if you had like a good, chunky 2.5 inch wide, frame, I think it would stand out really nicely and look great. Again, could probably mess around with the settings a little bit more. What's great about this too is you can change the Z-axis offset. You can change the height, so you can do thicker things like this. I do have a riser base in some of those really thick things. I did have to use the riser base, but there's lots of possibility. Here's a journal, right? So you can do a journal here. I do have some of those heavy weights, those 3-2-1 blocks. I'll list those down below. Those are really handy to have for little. Look at that. I mean, it's just so clean. Yeah. So this is a little reveal. So you saw me engraving all this stuff, and now how did it turn out? But the journals, man, the journals look so good. They turn out really well. This box lid, I think the wood and the journals, just way better results. I couldn't get these kinds of results with the original one, but the hot foil pen, really excited. Here you can kind of see it's really light and kind of have to catch the light just so, but I think that could be really cool possibilities. Here we're doing some bookmarks. So this is some glittery, cardstock and doing a cool little bookmark pattern. So kind of like earlier, you can see I am using the pink mat here just because I switched over to this material and I just didn't want to switch back. I was using a different material. So this would still work with the electrostatic mat. I just was, doing some of the bigger, heavier stuff. So I had to use the tape. But you can do bookmarks, lots of possibilities there. All right, before we get to some final tips, I want to talk a little bit about design software and free files. So really quickly, just want to show some of the features. So obviously, the software is really intuitive, and so there's going to be plenty of videos out there on this. If you want a more in-depth on how to do all the different software, leave a comment down below and I'll do it. And I can definitely add that to my queue of projects. In XCS, there is that awesome AI, right? So AI make... I can go here, I can do 2D graphics. So this would be great. You can do text and graphics, so many different possibilities for this. Here's just some of the ones, that I want to do here. And you can just do some really cool stuff. So there's some really cool things within XCS itself. The software, this might look daunting for some of you. It's really not. It's super easy. But as far as files and designs, here is a source that I've been using a ton. So here are some of the files. Right now, normally I would go to Etsy, right? And I started going to Etsy, and I would, find a file like this, and I'd spend $2 to $5, right? Oh, this is a cool one. You saw this one in the video. Saw a couple of these in the video, and these files are like, $2 to $5. Well, this is Creative Fabrica, and this is a subscription, and so for $4 a month, right, some other promos, you can get unlimited downloads. Unlimited, truly unlimited downloads. And so, for instance, here's this lighthouse. Here, it's a commercial license, meaning any of these files that I download, I can sell them and, there's the profit. These are really detailed ones. So the shadow boxes, if you wanted to jump in and do some of that, some really cool stuff. So unlimited downloads, all kinds of things. And so this is really cool if you want to do more of that paper art. I mean, look at how many, right? And some of these, so again, it's unlimited, whereas like this would be, $3, $5. No, it's $4 for a month. Now, if you use my link down below, we do get a small commission if you, subscribe, all that good stuff. But you at least get 10 free files. So you get 10 free files before you really have to pay. Then if we talk about the foil, right? There's all kinds of other ones. These are just some of the ones that I've saved, some favorites, all kinds of possibilities. So we could also talk about fonts. So if you don't like the fonts that you have, oh my gosh, there are some really, really cool ones here. So all these cool fonts, download. This would be, it's really easy to do. Lots of great videos on how to add fonts to your software, to XCS. I love adding these. So lots of cool ideas, lots of tips. Definitely check it out. Perfect for the M1 Ultra. My goodness, so many projects that you could find in here, all kinds of things. So use that link down below. Just check it out. Cool stuff. Really just scratching the surface here of all the possibilities. But here you can see these are all projects that I made either using the electrostatic mat accessory or using that hot foil pen. Little wooden gift certificates, you know, other journals, leather, that really nice genuine leather looks great. Possibilities. All right, well, that's just a quick look at these two new accessories, but also some possibilities with this machine. So if you're brand new to this machine, the M1 Ultra, definitely check out my other video on it. You can also check out my full review on all the different lasers. You can check out this video here if you really want to compare them all. So if you're really in the crafting world and you want the ability to do, you know, pens, you know, the pen holder, you want to do cutting of vinyl, of leather, obviously a laser can do a lot of that. A laser head can cut paper, right? It can do a lot of things. I love it. A ton of content on my channel. Branding. If you want to engrave things, this is great. You can get the 10 watt or the 20 watt. I love the 20 watt laser. I have a separate one. This one's a 10 watt. It's great. 20 watts, just a little bit more power. It's a little bit more price too. But really, for the cost of a laser itself, with all the safety features, the enclosures, all the bells and whistles that comes with an xTool product, the free software that's super intuitive, the wide user base, all of that, this is a great deal for a laser. Bonus, there's a print head. Bonus, there's all these other things. So definitely check it out. I think this is a great, if you don't have any machine, this is a really fun one. You can really justify it with all the folks about you, with all kinds of possibilities. So I will say, yes, xTool does send me these tools, these accessories in exchange for making videos, as well as an affiliate commission. So if you are interested in purchasing the laser, the M1 Ultra, any of this stuff, please consider using, you know, this QR code if you're watching on your TV, or you can just use the link down below. That does send a small portion back to my family, help support my family, and make more videos like this. I really do want to add value, and so if this adds value, let me know what you're looking for next. Consider subscribing to see more content like this. Primarily, yeah, wood shop. I love to do woodworking, but I've been doing a lot more branding and all the applications for small businesses, and just so many ways to be creative, right? So I have a whole video just on, you know, these Settlers of Catan, you know, this mix. Really cool. This is my favorite video. Really cool possibilities of what you can make using all the different disciplines. Let's add some gold foil. So many cool projects, lots of ideas, tips, and tricks throughout. So check the other videos. Subscribe to see more. But yeah, if you're looking for any of the materials that I used, I'll link them down below. And yes, again, consider using that affiliate link if you're intending to purchase. Well, thank you for watching. Again, share in the comments down below something you want to see, a project idea for the future. Thank you for watching. Exciting things coming, some really cool new videos coming. All right, until next time, take care.